Hello, I'm Dr Imogen Tedbury and I'm an art historian. I'm investigating Royal Holloway's rare portraits of pioneering leaders in women's education, painted by the most celebrated artists of their day. Today I'm looking at Sir William Orpen's portrait of Ellen Charlotte Higgins. Higgins was known as the Chief. She had been a student here herself in the 1890s, and she was the longest-serving principal of Royal Holloway College. Sir William Orpen was one of the most famous and most expensive society portrait painters of his day. When he painted this portrait in 1926, he was at the height of his fame and usually charged around £1,500 for a portrait like this, the equivalent of about 60 grand today. So I wondered, did the college really spend that much on a portrait, even one of the Chief? I went to see Annabelle Valentine, the college archivist, to investigate.
So we have here the Principal Portraits Committee minutes, where the college is discussing the portrait for Miss Higgins and also talking about how they're going to raise the money.
The chairman reported that she had visited the academy with Higgins and that Sir William Orpen had thus been informally approached and had consented to paint the portrait at the greatly reduced fee of £500. Which makes sense. Orpen did occasionally agree to a lower fee if he agreed with the cause. But who exactly was paying for the portrait? These documents suggest it was the College Association.
So the College Association is the current students and staff, but also previous students, so alumni of the college.
Oh, so a body formed largely of women in that case?
Yeah, absolutely,
so
pretty much exclusively women.
So William Orpen agreed to reduce his usual fee to paint Higgins, and the portrait was paid for and presented by the College Association, a large group of women. This letter suggests that Orpen thought he would be painting quite a small portrait, head and shoulders only. But the finished painting is rather different. Higgins stands, holding her mortarboard with her hand on her hip. She's wearing the black gown and russet-lined hood of her MA from the University of London over a shirt and tie, held neatly in place by her rather fabulous tie-pin. There's a beautiful shine on her cufflinks. Her belt, which is similar to the belts traditionally given to nurses on their graduation. She wears a ring on her left hand, which didn't necessarily signify marriage at the time. Higgins was unmarried, but spent many decades of her life with her companion, Miss Ulrika Dolling, who was also on the staff at Royal Holloway. William Orpen once said that a big challenge of his work was getting people to stay still while he painted them. He really preferred to paint people sitting down. So I wondered, why did he make this exception for Higgins? Was he thinking of his portrait, of this pioneering female doctor he'd painted the previous year? Or was it the Chief herself, insisting that she be painted standing, like in this portrait of her predecessor as principal, Emily Penrose? With this strong, swaggering stance and masculine dress, she has the authority almost of a military commander. I wondered if Higgins usually dressed like this.
It seems like it was a definite choice from Higgins to present herself in quite a masculine way, in that she was in a position of power. She was the head of the college. She seems to not only be an independent woman who's leading this college, but she also seems to have a lot of fun while she's doing it.
Third year staff concert, 1926.
Chief as a wizard.
Chief as a wizard.
This is so lovely to see Higgins enjoying herself, kind of getting stuck into the student life.
So there we go. We may never know what prompted William Orpen to break his custom and paint Higgins standing up, but it's clear that she was an exceptional character. And while no woman has ever looked more powerful in an academic gown, we can all acknowledge that the Chief looked pretty good dressed as a wizard too.